Hamjambo. Kwa majina naitwa Halima Galtuma Mohamed, nominated MCA.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, as well the chair of this committee. Once again, thank you for recognizing my presence here. Honorable members, Mr. Paul Maro, MCA McNoon Ward. I'm here just a friend of this committee. I have nothing to speak for this committee. Thank you very much.
Yes, good morning. I'm Rhoda Katisha Raha, member MCA Gariseni Southward, member of this committee, and also the Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Osman Noor Galole. I'm the Speaker of this Assembly and the Chair of this committee. Mr. Mashombo, kindly administer the oath now to the nominee.
I, Brenda Mocheche Mokaya, do swear by the Almighty God that the information I shall give to the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Okay. Madam Brenda, can you confirm to this committee that indeed the person appearing before this committee is indeed Brenda Mocheche?
Yes, I confirm, Mr. Chair.
That's okay. Now tell us about yourself, Madam Brenda.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be vetted by this panel. My name is Cecm Brenda Mocheche Mokaya, a Kenyan citizen of National ID 23446733. I am married to Mr. Dixon Omara Baola for the last 15 years. Together, we are blessed with 3 children, Andy Baola, Chantel Chunjulu, and Shea Miracle Omara. Brenda has been to school. I've gone to Molo Academy from the year 1993 to the year 1997, where I did my KCPE. I proceeded to Tigoi Girls High School, where I managed to finish from the year 1998 to the year 2001. From the year 2002 to the year to date, I've been doing many things, from working and going to school. I've gone to Kabarak University, where I graduated with a Bachelor's Commerce Finance option. I've done my CPAs, where I've done Certified Public Accounting, and I'm a member of ISPAC, number 26685. I've also done project management from the Kenya Institute of Management. During the same period, I've also done various managerial courses and supervisory courses. I've worked in various organizations, ranging from a junior to a senior position. In my career, I've developed vast experience, ranging from accounting, finance, and budgeting. I've worked with companies like Royal Industries, where I was a cost accountant. I've also worked with the Aqua Drops, where I was the financial accountant and later promoted to a manager. I've also worked with Chai Hardware, where I also was a financial accountant. I've also worked with Ecolite Minerals, where I was the finance administrator. During these periods, I've developed vast knowledge in budgeting, budgeting, report writings, accounting, and many, many more. I've got skills that I believe I'm capable of, that are in line with my career. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Can you now kindly tell us your current net worth?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My net worth is roughly 10 million.
That's what you indicated in your document, or? Thank you. Can you tell this committee why you will want this position, Madam Brenda?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the Chair of the House. I need the job because I believe I'm qualified, I have the credentials, and I'll be able to take the role up to the task. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I give the Deputy Speaker, I've gone through your documents, and I'm unable to see the police clearance certificate. I don't know whether you attached it or good conduct, kindly. As the Sergeant at Arms checks, I will allow others to also proceed with questions.
Yes, Brenda. I can see looking at your experience, you have worked in various institutions, on finance issues. In all these institutions you have worked in, can you cite at least one great achievement in any of them, your greatest achievement?
In my various roles in these companies that I've worked for, I've been able to achieve various achievements, but the greatest achievement that I am proudly of, I managed to reconcile an audit query that I really managed to reconcile that audit query. It was around 26 million, and I managed to reconcile and convince the Kenya Revenue Authority that this was not what it was. So I reconciled it, and my company never paid that money. Thank you.
As a Cecm Finance, this is a very big role. But kindly give me around just five roles you'll perform as a Cecm Finance.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Speaker. One of the major roles that I believe is the role of a CEC is to implement the policies of the economic and finance, and also foresee the annual budget preparations, and also ensure compliance to the county. I'll also mobilize resources to the county, and I'll also strengthen the fiscal system of the county. Thank you.
I beg to, maybe I'll have another question before the end of the session, but you can go on.
Mheshimiwa Yusuf.
Madam, how many wards do you have in Tana River County? And name at least 5.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Tana River County has got 15 wards. Tana River County has got 15 wards. Kipini East, Kipini West, Galole, Garsen East, Garsen North, Garsen South, Bangali, Chiwele, Sala, and Chewani Ward. Thank you.
Thank you. Second, name at least 5 women members of County Assembly of Tana River.
Thank you. Honorable Riziki, Honorable Halima. At least I know those 2.
Chair. Madam, Finance Department has centralized almost each and every department. What measures will you use to make departments do their work independently?
Thank you, Honorable Member. What I will do, kindly report the question.
I said the finance department has centralized almost each and every department. What measures will you use to make departments do their work independently?
Thank you, Honorable Member. One of the measures that I'll do to ensure that each department work independently is to ensure that each and every department is working according to their jurisdictions. The procurement department works as per their procurement act. The finance department work as their act says. Each department to work as per their stipulated. Thank you.
And lastly, contractors has lost faith in Tana River County. How are you going to restore their faith of Tana River contractors?
One of the things that I will do, I will ensure an open plan policy. This will enable the contractors to retrieve back their faith to the county. Number one, I'll ensure that no contractor works with the files in the corridors. I'll ensure that there is a proper system that enables all the contractors' work to be done as per the requirements of the Act. And in this way, we will not have any issues of files getting lost or they're being paid late, because we'll have a time frame and a proper plan to be followed. Thank you.
Honorable Babusa.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Brenda Mocheche Mokaya. In what circumstance can the county government submit supplementary budget estimates to the county assembly? In what circumstance can the county government submit supplementary budget estimates to county assembly?
There are various circumstances that will lead the county to submit the estimates when they've gone over and above their budgets.
Madam Brenda, name 3 main financial statements and highlight how they connect.
The financial statements that we have are the balance sheets, the profit and loss accounts, the statements of cash flow. Thank you.
Can you kindly tell this committee the difference between audit and review?
Okay. There is no such difference as such, but an audit is carried. It can either be an internal audit or an external audit. Internal audits are carried out internally, and they are used to control the internal of a company or accounting. And a review might be, a review is the one that has been a review has been conducted, yani imesemwa ifanywe from what has already been done.
Mr. Chair, if you can allow me, Madam Brenda, what drew you to this position?
For the guidance of the committee and the nominee, yesterday we gave a leeway of people talking in all the languages they wished so. But in this house, we are being guided by the standing orders. And this sitting is an extension of the whole house sitting. So I'll guide you through the standing orders 83.
What do I want to do for this position?
Or rather, what made you apply to this position?
Thank you, Honorable Member. I applied for this position because I knew I had the expertise, the qualification, and the knowledge to do what the position entails. Thank you.
Chair, last question, kindly. Madam Brenda, tell this committee one change introduced by the government which has had an impact on financial services.
One change that I've had a very, thank you, Honorable Member. One thing that has made a change in this county is the e-procurement. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Babusa. I would also want to recognize the presence of Honorable Abbas Boru. He's a nominated MCA. Honorable Ismail Kodoba, you can proceed.
Thank you very much. Chair, I did not introduce myself when the nominee came in. My name is Ismail Kodobo, a member for County Assembly representing Hirimani Ward. Maybe you can put it down for your own benefit, because I've seen that you've renamed the few female members who are in here today. My question to you is about the pending bills. Despite numerous advices from the national government, the Treasury, and this esteemed House, the problem of pending bills has been a nightmare to the people of Tana River and the county Department of Finance. Through his submission today, your predecessor told this committee that we have an outstanding balance of 3 billion as pending bills. So what strategies will you put in place to deal with the issue of pending bills?
Thank you, Honorable Ismail. Pending bills have been a major concern, and one of the major strategies that I will do, I'll first ascertain what are the causes of these pending bills. There are various causes of these pending bills that can be sorted out, and there are some that needs a committee to be set and to go and dig deeper through either the M&E or that committee. So one of the things that I will do if I'm appointed to this position, I will first of all set a committee. This committee will go through the pending bills that they have been documented through the handing over, because I believe if I get the opportunity, I will be given a handover letter. In this handing over letter, I believe we will have the pending bills. So these pending bills, we will set up a committee. This committee will go through these pending bills and try to see the legible bills and the illegible bills. These legible bills will be paid on the first in, first out basis. After they've already been paid, these eligible bills, some of them will be eligible because of lack of either documents, or the work has already been done, but there is no proof of that work. So I believe this committee will even go to the ground and look. This is what has been done genuinely, and maybe the file is missing. So from there, we will come out in a consultative meeting and find out what is the way forward. If these contractors did their work and they've not been paid due to reasons that will be ascertained. But when the work was done and there's no proof, I will engage the people who were there on the ground, For example, the CEOs who will come and who will do a report. So if all these things will be done, I believe the pending bills will be reduced and they will be added into the budget so that we don't have the pending bills again. Thank you.
Thank you. On the same note, you've indicated that there is eligible and illegible pending bills. And that is what has been in Tana River for long. And you said that it might be because that work has not been done or there's no documents to that effect. We have a case whereby a contractor has been awarded it. He has an awarding letter, he has an agreement letter, and the construction, maybe he was given a construction project, the construction is there, and the files are missing. The contractors are not mandated to go with their files. Their files should be in the custody of the procurement department. So these files are missing, but the projects are complete and others are incomplete. It has stalled because they were not paid. So in a case whereby file is lost and the project is there physically, you can even visit and see. We did here resolved as the House, and we approved, and we came up with a committee, another committee to look into these pending bills issues. We visited the sites where the projects were, and we witnessed that some projects are in use. But when it comes to your report, the reports from the Department of Finance, it clearly indicates that this payment is ineligible. So how can you assure this committee that those people who delivered, who gave services to this county will get their money paid? Because they don't have files, and it is not the fault of contractors to have their files missing. It's the Department of Procurement and the finance at large. So how will you tell this committee and the people of Tana River that those contractors, despite their files being lost, they'll get paid because the structures are there and some are in use? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ismail. When I started, I said we will form a committee that will go to the ground and ascertain that this project, honestly, they've been done. It's only that their files are not being seen. I believe if everything is seen and the committee has attained that this work has been done, I don't see any problem of not paying them, because we might even get the consultative meeting. We can even bring it to the county assembly so that we can be able to discuss and get approval. So this approval will be able to make us pay those contractors that they did the job legitimately. Thank you.
Thank you. Unless you don't have faith in this House, I've told you that we formed the ad hoc committee and we have shared the report with the Department of Finance that those projects are existing and some are in use. So the issue of forming another committee will delay the payment of these projects to the contractors. But all in all, what we need is surety that these people will get paid. My second question is on the issue of on source revenue. Tana County has been rated. There was a workforce that came from the national government, and they did their research. They came to this house and told us that Tana River has an ability to even collect up to 300 million annually. So I'm asking, how are you going to improve on source revenue collection in the county for us to at least get a target of 100 and plus? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ismail. I believe the on-source revenue in Tana River, if properly maintained, will be able to reach that target. I believe the revenue might be automated. The systems will be automated and will go cashless. We will also add other sources of revenue. I've seen some mappings are being done for the car parking fees. I've seen some markings that are being done. So if we increase the parking fees, we will increase the revenue, the on-source revenue. The on-source revenue, like our current on-source revenue, if they are well managed, I believe we'll reach the target. Thank you.
Thank you. You've answered that one in a slight way. You have not even touched about the staff motivation. We have the mobility problem in that department, and but with time, maybe you are new to this county, you can learn and see what you will do. My third question is about what should the county executive committee member for finance seek the approval of the House, for the approval of the county assembly for payments from the emergency fund? What time should the county executive member for finance seek the approval of the county assembly for payments from the emergency fund?
The county executive can sort for the approval of the county assembly on the emergency fund where need arises for those funds to be paid. When the budget has been done and they've gone over and above, or they were not able to meet the budget, they can seek the approval from the county assembly. Thank you.
I thank you. Can the county executive committee member for finance waive or vary tax, fees or charges imposed by the county government and its entities?
No, unless it gets the approval from the county assembly.
What criteria should the county government use for allocating resources to urban areas and cities? What criteria?
The criteria that, thank you, Honorable Ismail. The criteria that can be used is following the approved budget. The approved budget, according to the approved budget, that criteria can be used. Thank you.
Thank you. There has been weaknesses of record keeping and preparation of financial statements in this county, as seen in our audit reports. So much that even the Senate has noted, and they said that they don't see strength in our county. If you have been following, if you really love Tana River, and you might have following the proceedings of the Senate, you might have seen in 2 different occasions that our governor, the CEO of this county, was embarrassed before the committee, the park committee, the Senate park committee. And as the people's representative, we felt guilty because we thought we've nominated people who might assist the governor in the financial issues. But later we were proven wrong. We were proved wrong by the Senate because of nominating people maybe to wrong departments where they don't belong. So if this committee and the House approves you today, how will you deal with that issue so that the governor and the county at large, plus this esteemed House, will not be ashamed of employing you as their Cecm for finance? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ismail. One of the fundamental things in accounting is proper record keeping. As long as we don't have proper record keepings, we'll have very many audit queries. What I believe, if we have staffs who are well oriented, who are well trained, and who are well monitored and guided by their seniors at stepwise, I believe we will not have any problem of record keeping. In my endeavors as an accountant, I've been able to handle audit queries because I could prove the good records that I had kept. So if I come to the county and I realize there is no proper record keeping, the first thing I will ensure that we have good record keeping. And one of the places that I feel the records should be kept properly is the filing systems. As long as we have a good filing system, I don't think we'll have a problem with the record keeping. As long as we use approved budgets, we will be able to go as per what we are required to do. Like for example, in the registry, if we set a proper registry which is well serialized, the documents will be properly kept, and if we put a qualified personnel there who will be able to control and will be answerable to these questions, I believe we will minimize this issue of lack of proper documentation. Thank you.
Thank you. In the finance, the CECs, the chief officers are mandated to bring the quarterly report to the assembly. And each and every department is to report to this house on their quarterly reports. And this, I must say and admit to the public today, that was never done in the past 5 years. We've been asking statements and also trying to advise the departments to bring the quarterly reports. Though at some time you can look at our mandates as the people's representative, we might also feel guilty for not taking actions. But as the CEC for finance, if you will be approved, what measures will you make so that the quarterly reports will be brought timely to this house? What measures will you make? And my last and final question maybe, I just wanted to know, when you see the need has exceeded for what you have budgeted for, maybe you've budgeted for 100 million, but the need has exceeded, what will you do as the CCM for finance? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ismail. I'll go to the first question of the measures of the reports. The measures that I'll take on the reports that are needed. One of the major mandates that a CEC is required to do is implementation and developing of the policies. So these reports, I will ensure that we work together as a team. And if we work together as a team across all the financial dockets in the county, we will be able to work very closely and monitor these records. We will have timelines. If we need quarterly reports, we'll have timelines, and I will ensure that these reports are brought to the Senate, because are brought to the county assembly, because these reports will give us a guidance. Because if they are being asked and they are well prepared and they come here, we will be able to know the way forward. So I will ensure these reports are made adequately. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Our nominee has told the committee that she's net worth is 10 million. So I just wanted to know where she wants to see herself in the next 5 years. as far as wealth is concerned. Thank you.
Respond to that one in your last comment. Mheshimiwa wants to know where I will be in the next 5 years.
Is what is an Appropriation Act? May I repeat? What is an Appropriation Act?
Thank you, Honorable Member. I'm used to appropriation accounts. Is it the same question? I'm not conversant with that.
Okay. My second question. What is a treasury single account?
Thank you, Honorable Member. Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that two questions. May I pass to the next member? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Brenda, who is the accounting officer of the Judiciary and the Parliamentary Service Commission? I repeat, who is the accounting officer of the Judiciary and the Parliamentary Service Commission?
Thank you, Honorable Member. The accounting officer of the Judiciary, the name? Pass.
On to my second question. Who are the members of the County Budget and Economic Forum?
Madam Brenda, Honorable Maka Maimuna did not ask for the name. You see, in the case of your department now, you are a nominee for finance. The accounting officer in that department is the chief officer. Our accounting officer here is seated here. It's the clerk. Now, who is the accounting officer for Parliament, the National Parliament that is, maybe, and the Senate, and the accounting officer for the Judiciary, not a person, but the portfolio. Who is the accounting officer for the Judiciary in this case?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The accounting officer for the Judiciary is the clerk.
Now, to my second and last question, who are the members of the County Budget and Economic Forum?
Thank you, Honorable Member. The member of the County Economic Forum comprises of a team that has been elected for the forum. They comprise of the executives.
Chair.
Honorable Riziki and the nominee, just compose yourself. Feel free, feel comfortable, listen to questions keenly, and then you answer. Okay? Just feel relaxed. Mheshimiwa Riziki.
Madam Brenda, I have two questions. The first one is, what are the principles of public finance?
Thank you, Honorable Riziki. One of the principles of public finance is accountability, transparency, predictability, fiscal discipline. Thank you.
Second question is, outline the stages of budget making process for county governments.
Thank you, Honorable Riziki. The stages of the budget comprises of 3 stages: the formulation, the execution, and the budget auditing. In the budget formulation, the executive puts together the budget plan, the annual development plan. And then we've got the budget approval and enactment. The legislator debates on the changes and approval of the budget. And then we've got the budget execution, where the government implements the budget according to the approved budget. And then we've got the budget auditing, where the legislative body audits the budget. Thank you.
Honorable Mahmoud Barrow.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Brenda. As the chair said, get relaxed and maybe answer what you can also. I'm the budget chairman, whereby we come across, sometimes we talk one-to-one. If you become a successful candidate, and you need to be of top of at least, of other CECs, that is, you become the class prefect maybe sometimes. Thank you. The question says, outline the composition of the county treasury.
Thank you, Honorable Mahmood. The county treasurer comprises of the executive committee, the chief officer, the directors of the procurement directors, and the finance director. Thank you.
Thank you. You are taking a long time to answer. I don't know. Are you Googling or you are doing something else? I don't understand. Another question says, under what circumstance can a county government divert from financial objectives?
Thank you, Honorable Mahmood. A county executive can deviate from the his or her financial obligations if need be, and the budget, or there is an emergency that has cropped up that needs to be attended to. Thank you.
Okay. Another question says, name 2 types of taxes that county government is allowed to impose under Article 209 of the Constitution.